Hello gamers, welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight I will be continuing my The Bat of Fallcrest adventure, which actually started out as an entry into the Solo RPG challenge for last month, where you had to use a minimal system. And I will be using a minimal system and a minimal setup, as you can see from this crude setup here. And the system I will be using is my own minimalist system called With Sword and Backpack for Gold and Glory. And you can get this system for free on my itch.io page. It was an entry in a one-page RPG jam. So one page, one sheet of paper, front and back, and I will link this in the description. And I don't want to get into too much detail of the system because it is pretty simple and you can just watch the previous episodes, and I encourage you to also do so if you want to follow along with the story. So we will be continuing where we left off last session, and last session Brian Wayne, the master blacksmith by day, masked bat-like vigilante by night, by the name of the Bat of Fallcrest, was ambushed actually by a couple of street thugs while he was tailing a woman that he suspects to have something to do with a new drug which is flooding the streets of Fallcrest. And so Brian Wayne and his alter ego, the Bat of Fallcrest, they want to investigate and put an end to this drug selling, smuggling, whatever, distributing operation. So, and of course I overwhelmed these thugs, and as you can see from this picture here, I'm actually in my day outfit. So it is not night, it is day. But I am masked somewhat with a non-distinct hooded cloak, and those thugs that ambushed me, they actually wanted, so they grabbed me and they wanted to forcefully make me swallow some fluid, some liquid from a vial that they had. And my suspicion is that this vial contained this new very potent drug, and that this is the method to forcefully get people addicted to this drug. So it's probably highly potent. So if you consume only a little, you will probably be already addicted. And this is, at least this is what I suspect, one of their methods to widen their drug operation. But they got the wrong guy, because I'm a pretty capable combatant as masked vigilante, so I overwhelmed them. One of them escaped, but one of them was pretty beaten up by me, so I think I crushed his kneecap and smashed his jaw, so he was unconscious. He was really in a bad shape. So we left last session when I carried the knocked out thug. So I basically put my arm around him and carried him so that it looks like at first glance as if I was helping a drunken friend that needs some assistance walking, but I basically drag him along with me. So thankfully, as the Bat of Fallcrest, I know my way around the city. And at the edge or border of the harbor district, there are some old abandoned, half-ruined warehouses and tenant buildings. And so I drag this thug into one of these abandoned, half-ruined tenant buildings and into the cellar there. So this is basically the setup. So this is the cellar door, this is the cellar room, and so for those of you who didn't watch the last episode, a little life hack: these wooden stir sticks that you can get on Amazon, that you get when you buy coffee to go, they're a great tool, a great low budget tool to use a battle grid and do room or hallway outlines that are easily changeable. So yeah, this is what I'm using here. Okay, so so I drag him down there into this half ruined cellar room of this abandoned tenant building, which is in bad shape, and there's like trash everywhere, and it smells damp and foul, and the air is moist, and like I said, it is dark. So he's still unconscious. I pull my hood deeper into my face and stay in the shadows and press him. So this is me, the black guy is me. I press the thug against the wall and wait for him to regain consciousness. Maybe I help him a little. So, and as he regains consciousness, I use my Bat of Fallcrest deep dark voice, and if you've seen the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, I know what voice, or you know what voice I'm talking about. So this is the voice I'm using, and I grab him and I push him against the wall and just go, "Who do you work for?" And of course, this guy, he can't really talk that well because he is probably in a lot of pain because of his injuries. But I don't care. "Talk! I'm not going to ask you again. Who do you work for?" And just as to underline that I'm not fooling around, I smash him again against this. This is a wooden beam, like in the corner, and he's like, All right, so I'm doing intimidation check here, but I'm using my interaction skill, but together with my body attribute. And in the system, you can freely combine attributes and skills. And because of this situation, I'm also giving myself advantage, meaning it's a roll under system. I roll 2d12 and use the lower result. And I need to get 6 or below. And I succeed thanks to my advantage with a 3. So he's really intimidated. He is in pain. He's afraid. He can't think clearly, and he just goes, I haven't really seen him myself. I work for a middleman, but the big boss. Only very few have seen him. They call him the Scarecrow. Yes, this is what they call him. And I've heard rumors that he's a drow. He's a powerful drow. A drow wizard or alchemist. A drow alchemist, yes. And he knows about potent poisons and drugs and alchemy. And he's the Scarecrow, but I haven't seen him. I work for one of his lieutenants, a middleman. I get my drugs from him, and he makes me distribute it. Where do I find him? I go and I smash him again against the wall. There's a storage area in the harbor district, a storage area in the abandoned district. I can describe it to you. Describe it now. Yes. And he tries to gather himself, so he is really panicking. He is like totally afraid and shivering, and he's just a mess. He tries to calm himself, and then he describes it to me. It is easily recognizable. And there's a hidden door in the floor. They did something to the basement. they sealed off an area, and you can enter it through a hidden door, and there is this storage area.
When are you expected to be back?
Tonight. We're expected to get our stuff during the night and then distribute it the next day in the streets. Okay, so let's see, do I need anything more from him? So I know where this warehouse is, and that he... genau.
How many guard this stash?
A handful. The guy I work for, they call him the Butcher. He usually has 2 bodyguards with him, 2 bodyguards. And sometimes there's also this woman, but she isn't really part of the organization. He's hired sometimes to signal where the destination is when a new shipment is due. She's a pretty capable fighter. If she's there, it might be difficult, but she's not with the organization. She just, I think they just hired her. She is only there every once in a while.
What's her name?
I don't know her name. But they call her the Cat, but I don't know her real name.
All right then. You will stay here until someone comes for you. And if I see you again, you will die.
And with that, I once again knock him out and just leave him there. And leave the cellar building. All right, so that was a little interrogation. So yeah, I don't know. It was already late afternoon because I was staking out this clothing distributing center for the poor, and when I was ambushed, Selena, the woman that I suspect is the woman he's talking about, Selena Kylie, she worked there, and yeah, I tried to tail her. She got away, and this is when I was ambushed, but it was already afternoon, so it is maybe late afternoon now. So I will head back to my common room and yeah, we'll get ready for the night. So yeah, I head back to my common room, which is in a tenant building in the Craftsman's District, close to my workshop, my smith workshop. And then once again, as the sun sets and it starts getting late, but this time I go out a little bit earlier at around 10:30 p.m. So I get my suit that is hidden behind my closet, and I change into my dark leather armor with the white hooded cloak, my face mask, my utility belt, and I turn into the Bat of Fallcrest. And then once again I head out. Let's check the camera real quick. I think I better get this a little bit further down. And then I'll head out. I head again for the rooftops. Those of you watching for the first time, in the previous episodes, I went into a little detail of what is in my medieval Batman style utility belt. And I also got these ninja climbing claws that you could also see in Batman Begins, which are like, it's like on top of the gloves, there's like these iron spikes that are attached with a leather strap, sturdy leather strap to the inside of my palm, so that makes it easier to climb walls. So I'm pretty acrobatic. And yeah, so I head out and I head onto the rooftops, and crossing the city via the rooftops in a parkour style manner, I head towards the harbor district. And let's see, I still got 2 hits. Yeah, let's just say for cinematic purposes, I also recovered. Batman recovers pretty quick, and so does the Bat of Fallcrest. So I still have 5 hits left. I'm lightly wounded. Alright, so I head into the abandoned harbor district, or into the harbor district, and I can pretty easily follow the description. So so this here is a building where I'm on top of the roof, cowering on top of the roof, observing, and this door right here, this is the entrance to the storage building where the thugs that are distributing the drugs are resupplied. So now let's see if there's a guard posted outside, and it is pretty likely. So I'm using my percentile dice oracle, and I say it is a 75% chance that there is a guard posted outside. 75%. It is a 19, which is a yes, but not an exceptional yes. So let's roll 1d2 to see if there's 1 or 2 guards. 1, 2, 3 is 2, 4, 5, 6 is 1, because it's better for me if it's only 1, so high is better. Yes, only 1 guard. Maybe the other one is inside. So there's 1 guard here in front of the door, and I'm on top of the roof looking down, and yeah, I will just, in a parkour style manner, yeah, all right, so I will just jump off the roof, and for dramatic purposes, while I'm jumping off the roof, I will basically use my arms to widen my cloak, and then of course when I hit the ground I will break the fall by rolling with the fall, like make some sort of roll. And imagine like this scene also in Casino Royale with this parkour guy in the beginning. So this is me, yeah, so I jump down with my cape, with my flowing cape. When I hit the ground in a parkour style, I make a roll, I come up here, and I immediately, so I'm just ruling that I got the initiative now, and I immediately, like the bat does, throw 3 of my custom crafted throwing weapons, which look like batarangs. Because I'm a blacksmith, a master blacksmith, I can craft these things myself. Yeah, I throw them at him. So just for cinematic purposes, 3, it's like 1 attack. So it's physical plus body, it's a 9. And this guard, let's get some stats ready. He has a combat rating of 4. So combat rating is on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 is the highest. And he can take 2 hits. And combat rating of 4. So, and I attack. Alright, and I hit. So he's hit by my 2 batarangs. And now it's initiative. So I just rolled the 12. Higher number goes first. I'm black. He's red. This doesn't count, sadly, but so this is higher goes first. So even though it's a roll under system for initiative, it is the higher one goes first. So I go first, which is great. So I can just immediately do it again and try to knock him out. Yes. All right, so that's the second hit. So pretty Batman style cinematic, jump from the roof, make a roll, 2 or 3 batarangs. He's hit in the chest. And yeah, usually Batman, he doesn't actually kill, or he wants to avoid killing. But I'm not Batman, I'm the Bat of Fallcrest. So like the 3rd batarang hits him straight in the throat. And he just goes down. Okay, I immediately move over there and pull him behind this wooden barrel so that he's not immediately recognized or seen or discovered by passerbys, not recognized, discovered. And I do a quick pat down to see if he like maybe carries something useful in the form of money, but also maybe like a key or something. Maybe the store's locked. So does he have a key? 50-50. $83. No, he does not have a key. So now the question is, however, is this door locked? It's likely 70% chance that it's locked. $67, yes. So the door is locked and this guy, he didn't have a key. So I get out from my utility belt, it includes thieves' tools and lockpicks. So I get out my thieves' tools and lockpicks and I go or set to work on the lock, which is a subterfuge and mind roll. Subterfuge and mind in this case. So it's a complicated lock. So 8 or less. Yes. 3, which is great. So like I said, roll under. So very skilled, and it's a crude lock. I pick the lock and I enter the warehouse. So this is the flexibility of this system. Now it's the other way around. This is the interior now of the warehouse. Like this. So this is the interior of the warehouse. And these low objects, this row of low objects here, these are crates. And also there are crates here, and this is just slippery, uneven floor, difficult terrain. And there is the other guard. So this purple guy, he is like the lieutenant, the middleman, and there's the other guard here that is, that they talked about, the 2 bodyguards. And as the door opens and I enter, the very first thing he thinks it is his his partner, his colleague that enters. So he's still looking this way with this guy. He's doing something at the crates. He goes like, "What is it? You were supposed to wait outside." And at this time he turns, and as he turns, I stand there, and I got my cape around my arm, like so, in front of my face, and I just go, "The bat has come for you." And we roll initiative. This time, higher roll goes first. Oh, damn, he goes first. All right, because of my theatralics, he goes first. So it is the guard. I call him BG, bodyguard now. B or B guard. Then it's the bat, me. And then it's the boss. I just call him the boss. They call him Butcher, the Butcher. And then it's the Butcher. All right, so the guard, he has a combat rating of 4 and can take 2 hits. And the Butcher, he's got a combat rating of 5 and he can take 3 hits. Alright, and I, of course, have a combat rating of 9 because it's body and physical combat, and I am a tough guy. I'm a vigilante. I'm the bat, and I can still take 5 hits. Alright, so, but he goes first, so he draws a dagger and makes his move. So you can move and take 1 action as usual, usually. So he moves up and tries to stab me with his dagger. So now I gotta roll 4 or below. Damn, he makes it. So there's no defense or active parry here, so I take a hit. Ugh. I got nicked by his dagger. Now my turn. Combat rating 9. Body plus physical. 9 or less. Oh, it's a 12. Alright, so I missed. So there are no really critical failures here, but it's a 12, so it's like the worst thing. So I almost get caught up in my own cape, but I still take a step or a couple of steps. There are no opportunity ticks here to move over here. Oh no, that's actually not a good thing. Oh yes, it is. So he can't really flank me. All right, and now the Butcher. He draws a short sword and moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can move 6 squares. This is difficult terrain, and he also attacks. Combat rating 5. And he misses, luckily, because he rolls a 6. Alright, so end of round. No initiative is not re-rolled, so the bodyguard is again 4 or less. Yes, he also misses. Oh, he has to move first, so he moves with his dagger. So my turn now. Come on, against the bodyguard. Yes, I hit. Alright, so I also got 2 daggers for close combat with a bat-shaped wrist guard. So I get my 2 black daggers out, and this is what I fight with now, my bat daggers. So actually baggers. And so he takes a hit. And now the Butcher with his challenge rating of 5 or combat rating of 5. Yes, he misses, luckily. Whew. But the bodyguard again. We're in the next round now. He misses. Yeah, now me again against the bodyguard. So I want to get the weak enemies down first. Yes. All right, cinematics. So I am the Bat, or not Batman, and daggers are really not non-lethal weapons. So with a swift sidestep, I move 1, 2, and while I'm moving, as a whirlwind or whirlwind-like, he can't really see what's happening. My blades flash, and his throat is cut, and he bleeds out and goes down. And just for the theatrics, I now stare at him and I go, "The Bat will come for you next." All right, so that was my turn. All right, so he doesn't really know what to do, but he's like desperate. This is probably also the only way out. So he moves, but there's supposed to be the secret door, so we will see. But he moves and attacks. 5 or less. Yes, he misses. 8. Now my turn. 2 daggers flashing. 11. Damn it. So I also miss, but I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I move over here. So he has to move. He follows, or does he? Or does he try to run? All right, so let's say 50-50. 50% he runs or tries to run. 82. No, he doesn't. He fights. All right, so he moves up and attacks. 5 or less. Yes, he misses. 7. Great. All right, my turn. Counter attack. 9 or less. Yes, 9 on the spot. So I once again sidestep. 1, 2, 3, and while I sidestep, I cut across his thigh to hamper his movement a little. And those of you who've seen the animated movie The Dark Knight Returns, which is like this 2-part movie, there's the scene where Batman fights the mutant leader in this mud hole. And that was like the second fight after Batman was beaten the first time by the mutant leader. And I really liked all these comments he made. Like when the mutant leader goes like, "You're slow, old man." And he goes, "Everybody is slow when you're thigh deep in mud." And then, "You don't get it, son. This is an operating table. And I'm the surgeon," when he breaks all his bones. So this is basically like somehow like this fight. So I move over, and while I'm moving over, I cut across his thigh, and he goes like, "Ah," and I go like, "Maybe it didn't hurt much, but you won't be using that leg anytime soon. Cut a little nerve bundle there." Okay, and now it's the butcher's turn. And he misses with a 6. It's 5 or below. And me again, with my 2 daggers flashing. Yes, second hit of 3 possible hits. And now, again, I move here and I cut across the underside of his arm. And I go like, oops, better be careful. Almost cut your artery. And then he, in his desperation, tries to attack. And ooh, yeah, he scores a good one. I was too overconfident. So, I really, he stabs me also into the shoulder with his short sword. So this is like a combination of the mudhole fight and the warehouse fight with Bat Flag. So, he got also stabbed. So now, my turn again. And I hit, and that's the last one. So I just go, time to end this. And again, slit his throat, and the other dagger goes into his eye socket. All right. So I pat down these guys to see if they got any money, but also keys or anything other. Any other important things. All right, so I'm not going to roll for this. This guy, the boss, he's got a key. And they also got some gold, 2d6 gold pieces between the two of them. Nine, or actually 3, but still 9 gold. So I am at 22 gold. And a key. I got a key. Okay, so I take a breath and stop the bleeding from my stabbing by once again making a makeshift bandage out of pieces of cloth that I cut out from the cloth my victims were wearing, and apply a bandage with pressure to stop the bleeding. And this is also good if you're a blacksmith. You can like cauterize the wounds with iron. So my whole body is like sprinkled with little scars where I burnt myself to cauterize some wounds. Yeah. And then I'm searching the warehouse. So these crates, they do not have these vials with drugs. They got other stuff. I don't know if they're needed to produce the drugs, or if it doesn't matter. It's some stuff. I don't know, maybe spices, maybe powders, never mind. But I do search the area as it was described to me. And sure enough, under one of these crates, I find a trap door. And when I open this trap door, there's a little ladder that leads down into a small storage area, and there are like racks, and these racks, they contain these, also these little wooden racks where these like thin long glasses are, where you can put them in, and this is where the drugs are. All right, so I'm taking one or two of these vials, and I put them in my utility belt in an empty pouch, and then I destroy the rest. And yeah, I can't really burn this house down, because in the medieval ages you just don't light a fire in a town. It is too dangerous that that it spreads and the whole town burns down. But what I will do is, first I will leave, and then I will head across the rooftops, and what I will do is I will draw a little map, a map of this warehouse, with a message for the town guard, and a warehouse full of drugs, check this out, something like this, and then I will go to one of those guard stations, of course all while moving across the rooftops, and then I will use one of my batarangs, and if there's nobody looking, I will take the sketch with the message and I will nail it to the door with like a batarang. So you have this metal shaped bat sticking in the door with a note, and yeah, and just signed with the bat. So this is also pretty cinematic. And then the night is still young. This didn't take me too long. I will once again go on patrol to see if maybe I can find Selena. Maybe she is out as well in her thieving outfit, and because I want to question her as well. I need to question her. Yeah, so this is what I will be doing. So let's see. Yeah, I think I'm thinking about if this should be an oracle role or a skill challenge. Skill challenge would be something like mind and knowledge, and to try to, I don't know, make educated guesses where she might be, and also mind is also like perception and reasoning and stuff. Or is it just an oracle role? I think I roll for it. 1, 2, 3, it's an oracle roll. 4, 5, 6, it's a skill challenge. It's a skill challenge. Alright, so I'm doing a little skill challenge now to see if I can locate Selena Kylie. Alright, so it's the usual 1, 2, 3, 4. I make I have 4 or 5 successes. It's 4 successes before 3 failures, and it'll be mind and knowledge, which is a value of 5. So I'm doing the first roll. It's a 12, already a failure. Again. Failure. Damn it. Alright, so it's getting too hot in the city. She's not out yet. One. Oh, that's great. You know what? I'm counting this as 2 successes. Just because I want to, because it's a 1. But still, I need 2 more successes, and I only got 1 failure left. 10 failure. Alright, so, but that's alright. So she is obviously careful, and maybe things have gotten a little too intense with me in my daily disguise tailing her. So maybe she decided to lay low this night, and the night is almost over. So I'm calling it a night as well. I mean, I destroyed the drugs, and I led the guards to this location, so this location can't be used anymore. I think it's compromised. So it is the first step, you could say, to a larger victory. So the next course of action would be to try to talk to Selena to find out when the next shipment is about to come in, and then to maybe like hijack that and try to get to the big head of this organization, the Scarecrow. Alright, so, but that is for one of the next episodes. So this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support my work and my channel, check out my Drive-Thru RPG publisher page, where I got a couple of interesting things that you might purchase, and this all helps the channel, just like, for example, this Stardark game that I played in the last video, and that I also will continue to play, and various other things. Alright, so this is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful start pretty soon into the weekend. Bye bye.